Hi guys, my name is Larissa and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I wish I had known before starting my photography business. I have had my business for a little over 2 years now, probably almost closer to 3, and I've definitely grown a lot since I've started, and there are a lot of things that I learned along the way that I'm hoping to spare you from because they're very painful. So we're going to jump into the video, and feel free to subscribe and also comment below if you have any other videos you would like me to make. We're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you absolutely need to do when you start your photography business is get legalized. I did not do this when I started. I was charging like $30 or $40 for an hour session trying to build my portfolio, when in all honesty, I really should have been charging more than that and actually paying taxes. I think in every state you have to be registered and pay taxes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And I didn't really realize that when I started. Once I had already started weddings, I started to begin the process to get a legal business license. And here in Michigan, they do require us to have that business license. If you have an actual like store or something, that's what you would put up for your actual taxes. But since I don't have a store or anything, I don't have to put it up. I just keep it and filed away for taxes. And also make sure that once you are legalized, that you are keeping very good track of your finances. At the end of the year, you're gonna have to go through all of your business expenses, and the more of those receipts that you have, the more that you're going to get off that you won't have to pay for taxes, which is a really awesome thing. So I was that person that I did free sessions for like forever to build my portfolio, and then I went ahead and I started charging very slowly, like $20, $30, folks. Like, that's insane. You should never be charging that low. When you start charging, you should be in the hundreds and not in the like 10s, 20s, 30s dollar amounts. If you feel like it's necessary to charge that little, then you really should be doing free sessions. Not only does it hurt your local economy and how people view the photographers in your economy, but it's going to come back to bite you in the butt, because all those clients that you made friends with earlier are going to come back to you and they're going to be like, whoa, you raised your prices like hundreds of dollars. And yeah, I lost a lot of clients doing that. So I really wish that I would have started charging a decent amount and actually run my cost of doing business. If you don't know what that is and you want me to do a separate video, I'd be happy to do that. But I will include a link below to a cost of doing business calculator for you guys, and that's what I use to calculate my prices. The third thing that I wish I had known when I started photographing people is that you actually need to invest in a good camera. Yes, you definitely need to know how to shoot not on manual, like in automatic and all the settings and everything, but you also need to have the gear that you want. I was that person. I started out on a Canon T6 Rebel, and I shot with that for quite a while, and then when I was ready to upgrade, I went out and bought a Canon 70D. Now, there's nothing wrong with this camera, but I really should have thought about it more and put more time into thinking about, okay, what do I actually want from my camera? Because now that I have a 5D Mark II and a 5D Mark IV, literally everything's so much better, and I love how my photos look. So I really wish that I would have started with a full frame camera instead of a crop sensor, because I spent so much money just upgrading to the 70D, and then I had to go out and buy another $2,000 camera, and I wasted a lot of money doing that. The next thing that wasn't a huge issue for me, but that I see with a lot of people, is that you need to center what you are actually doing. And I mean, like, are you going to do portraits? Are you going to be like an industry photographer, like a fashion photographer? Are you going to be like a brand photographer, product photographer, nature photographer? Pick one, because there's so many photographers out there today that post, like, I don't even know, like, I see so many people who are like posting fashion pictures, band pictures, nature pictures, like all these different things on your Facebook, and when you go into your Facebook and your website, you're like, what does this person actually photograph? And I was guilty of that to start with, so I wish I had narrowed that down to begin with. Right now I do weddings, and then I also do some portraits on the side. I love still working with moms and babies, but that's not my big push. The majority of what I do is weddings and engagements. So I post that the most, and then every now and then I do still post like moms and babies and stuff. However, it is one thing that I don't post as much of. And even though I don't post as much of that, I'm still only posting pictures of portraits. Like, I'm not posting all these event pictures and things. So that's another thing to think about. So the fifth thing that I didn't really think about when I started my business was actually setting up a great website, as well as really utilizing my social media. So I started out and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna create a Facebook page, which is a great start. But then I didn't really attach a website to it, and so people would go to look at my work and they'd be like, well, you don't really have like full galleries or anything, and I find that kind of sketchy, and so I'm not gonna hire you. And that happens a lot more than people think it does. Once I actually invested in a good website, I got so many more wedding leads. Like, I actually only switched over my website probably about 6 or 7 months ago. I switched from using the free Adobe Portfolio to actually using Squarespace. Squarespace is just such a great platform for photographers to use. They have so many free gallery, full gallery options. Okay, I'm starting over. But I found that Squarespace is a very popular option for photographers because you're actually able to put in all of those full galleries and everything, and it's really nice layout wise, and there's a lot of things that you can do with it. So that was one of the things that's really important, is to set up a professional looking website. And if you can't do it yourself, you should really have someone do it for you, or at least help you. That's one of the things that I'm helping with mentoring right now, is helping the girl I'm mentoring set up her website because she doesn't have one right now. And even for like regular portrait photographers, but especially for weddings, it's really important to have credibility wise. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for today's video, but if you would be willing to subscribe, I would really appreciate it, as this is a new channel and we're really working on growing our following. And also feel free to share this video as well as our channel, that way we can help other photographers find their way. I post videos on Thursdays every week. Next week it'll be a travel video, so stay tuned for that and subscribe. Thank you!